Okay, good morning everyone. Welcome to 9 a.m. yoga. BJJ Globetrotters, day 2, summer camp 2018. So let's begin. Sit comfortably with your legs crossed. If that's not comfortable, you can sit kneeling. So we start by just closing our eyes for a minute or two. So for the remainder of the class, breathe in and out through the nose. Keep the lips sealed. Bring your attention to the breath. Make your spine nice and straight. The shoulders are relaxed. The face and forehead are relaxed. Begin to count the breath as you inhale for 5 seconds. And as you exhale for 5 seconds. Just notice the way your chest moves up and down as you breathe. Start to connect the movement with your breath. So gradually make the breaths longer, maybe counting to 6, 7, or 8 seconds. Each time taking in and then expelling more air. So just warming up the lungs, warming up the diaphragm. So make the next breath the biggest yet. Completely fill your lungs, maximum capacity of air. And when they feel like they're full, just sip in a little bit extra. And gradually release and go back to normal breathing. Slowly open your eyes and let's start to warm up our head and neck. So we start by breathing in, lengthening up your spine. We'll take the right hand over the head, and as you exhale, gently drop the ear towards the shoulder. So very gently pulling through, stretching the side of the neck. If you want to get a little bit more, you can put your hand down on the mat, gently pull with the fingertips. So all the time, keep this connection and awareness of the breath. And to change, push into the hand, switch sides. So left hand comes over. Inhale, nice and long spine. Exhale. Drop the ear to the shoulder. So come out, push into the hand and release. So we're going to take the head down. So let's put both hands on top of the crown. Breathe in, lengthen the spine. Breathe out. Drop your chin down towards your chest. So slight pressure through the hands. And change. Push back into the palms and let's take the chin upwards. So put your thumbs on the chin. Breathe in, straight spine. Breathe out, take the chin upwards. Change, come back to neutral. We're going to turn our head to the right, so the chin is in line with the knee. Take your head with the right hand from the back. Breathe in, lengthen the spine. Breathe out, drop the chin down towards your right knee. change. Push back into the hands and switch sides. Chin towards the left knee, left hand comes up. Breathe in, breathe out. Drop the chin down towards the chest. And change. Push back into the hands. Just move our head side to side. To work into any tightness still in the neck. Just look up and down. And now just move your head any way that feels good. Maybe circles or ear to shoulder. Nice, come back to neutral. Okay, let's make our way onto all fours. So palms underneath the shoulders. The knees are hip width apart. And we're going to go into our cat-cows. So to begin with, we're going to breathe out, push down through the hands and arch your spine like an angry cat. Fully empty the lungs. Next we breathe in through the nose. Drop the belly, lift the hips, and then bring up the chest and the chin, looking up towards the sky, full lungs in. Breathe out, press down evenly through the fingers and palms, rounding out the shoulders, rounding out the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, lifting up the hips. Follow up with the chest, chin, nose. Exhale, press down evenly through the fingers, arch the spine. Fully empty the lungs. Suck in the belly. And inhale, we go into our cow. So just keep going in your own time with your own flow of breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. Full lungs in and out. Okay, let's do one more of each. And then meet me in the middle with a neutral spine. Just start to warm up the core a little. Let's just start by lifting up the right leg and stretching it backwards. Keep the head looking down towards the mat. Hold it here for a few moments. Slowly release it back down. We'll do that on the other side. So taking up the left leg nice and straight. Point back the toes. Looking down at the mat, keeping the neck long. Slowly lower back down. Let's bring in the arms as well. So right leg, left arm. Stretch forward, stretch backward. So the bicep should be around your ear. We're trying to keep the foot on a hip height. Stretching forward, stretching backwards. Nice traction through the spine. Hold it here for just a couple more seconds. Steady breathing. And slowly release back down. So with every pose, we always do it on both sides. So next time, left leg comes up. Right arm stretches forward. So we're trying to create the sensation that someone's pulling our fingers forward and our toes backward. Hold it here for another breath. Slowly release back down. Let's thread the needle. So lift up your right arm. Breathing in and breathe out past the right hand behind the left wrist. We're going to take our ear and shoulder down to the mat. Think about keeping your hips level. So trying to avoid one hip kinking up into the sky and one being really low. So working with your breath, as you're breathing out, maybe you can push the arm through a little bit more. These look really good, guys. Everyone stay in this position. Keep breathing. So maybe you're getting a really good stretch here, in which case you can stay where you are. If you want to get a little bit deeper, you can put the left hand up on the sacrum. To go deeper still, you can put the left hand all the way through to the right thigh and pull on the right thigh. It's not necessary. If you're getting a good stretch, you can stay exactly where you are. And to come out, you put the left hand down on the floor, press into the mat and come back up onto all fours. So let's do that on the other side. So left hand, breathe in, stretch up, breathe out, pass it behind the right wrist. Keeping the hips level, take the ear, shoulder down to the mat. Go back to the breath, taking in breaths through the nose. Take the breath deep down to the bottom of the belly. To go deeper, you can put the right hand on the sacrum, or you can take it through and grab the left thigh. By pulling into the thigh, you can go deeper into the twist. Final breath. Release the hand, press down with your palm into the mat. Come back to all fours. We're going to go into downward dog. So the hands are beneath the shoulders. You press down evenly through all the fingers. Tuck the toes into the mat. Feet are hip width apart. Gradually, lifting up your knees. Pushing through the hands, taking your hips up towards the ceiling. Trying to get the biceps close to the ears. Okay, these look really good. So if you like, you can pedal out the legs left and right. This is called walking the dog. So alternating, bending the left leg and the right leg. It might feel good to shake your hips from side to side, shaking your tail. Maybe it feels good to bend both knees down and then extend them. So we're activating every major muscle group in the body here. So just do whatever feels good to wake up your body. All the time focusing on the breath coming steadily in and out through the nose. So if you're aching a bit this morning and this gets too much, you can go back down onto your knees. Otherwise, find stillness. So just hold still for a moment. The head is hanging nice and loose. You're looking down between your feet. You're sucking in the belly and sending your hips up towards the ceiling. Take a final inhale, a final exhale, and then look forward between your hands. Take tiny steps walking forward. And then we hang down, hang loose, and grab your elbows. So this is called ragdoll. Bend the knees as much as you need to get your navel on the thighs. Yeah, that's good. So let your head be really heavy. Try to let the head hang down towards the ground. We'll let gravity do the work here. Relax your neck. There you go, nice. So imagine gravity pulling your head down towards the ground, stretching out your spine, decompressing the vertebra. It feels good, you can swing from side to side. All the time maintaining steady flow of breath. Really nice. So now you can just release the hands. Just hang for a second. And now we're going to really slowly roll ourselves back up. Very, very slowly. Imagine stacking your vertebrae on top of one another, rebuilding the spine. So when you get to the top, roll the shoulders back a few times. And then we come to stand. We're going to do our sun salutations next. So listen carefully, we're going to go through this all together. Stand with our feet together, heels together. So the first one we'll do nice and slowly, and then we'll do 4 more at a slightly faster pace. So start by breathing in, sending your arms up sideways above the head, reach up, stretch up towards the ceiling. You can look up to the hands if that's available to you. 4 lungs at the top. Exhale. Fold down with soft knees. So bend your knees slightly. Bring the fingertips, if you can, in line with the toes. Maybe you can get your palms flat on the ground. Head hangs heavy. Next step, inhale. Come up halfway onto your fingertips. Stretching the head and neck forward. Exhale, we're going to step or jump yourself back into a high plank. Whilst exhaling, lower yourself down through a press up. Inhale, slide forward into upward dog. So your toes should now be flat on the ground. Slide forward. Exhale, tuck your toes, push back to down dog. Inhale, look forward between the hands, step or jump yourself to the front into a forward fold. Fully empty the lungs. Final step, deep inhale, take it all the way back up, reach up to the sky, 4 lungs, and now bring your hands into a prayer. Okay, so that's 1 set. Let's go ahead and do 4 more together. So inhale, arms to sideways, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold with soft knees, fingertips in line with the toes. Inhale, come up halfway, flat back. Exhale, step or jump yourself into a high plank, lower yourself down, exhaling. Inhale, slide forward to upward dog. Tuck the toes, exhale, push back to downward dog. Inhale, look forward, step or jump to the front into a forward fold and exhale. Inhale, take the arms sideways, reach up to the sky. Maybe doing like the back bend here before exhaling into a forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, flat back. Exhale, step or jump back into high plank. Lower yourself down through chaturanga. Inhale, slide forward to upward dog. Tuck the toes. Exhale, push back to downward dog. Inhale, look forward, step or jump to the front. And forward fold. Soft knees. Take a deep inhale. With control, take it up towards the ceiling. And exhale, forward fold. Fully empty the lungs. Come up halfway, flat back. Step or jump into high plank. Lower yourself down. Slide forward to up dog. Push back to down dog. Inhale, step or jump forward. Fully exhale into a fold. Take the arms up sideways, reach up to the sky. Let's do 1 more repetition with your own breath in your own time. finish, stand with your hands in prayer. Focus your attention somewhere down the center of the body. Wherever you feel the center, maybe it's between your forehead, maybe it's in the chest, perhaps on the top lip somewhere. And release the hands to the side. So next we go through warrior series. You can start with your feet, hip width apart. Your hands are on the hips. So to begin with, take a big step back with your left foot. Fingers are on your hip bones. So check that your hip bones are facing forward. Okay, these look good. So let's take a deep breath in, stretch your hands up to the ceiling. So your hands can go together. If your shoulders are really tight, you can put them apart. If they're super, super tight, you can put them down in a cactus. So inhale and stretch up to the ceiling. Exhale, bend the front knee. Take a look down. Check you can see the big toe of the front foot. Maybe you need to reap the knee out to the side. We're pressing down through the outside edge of the back foot. So the back foot should be turned sort of 45 degrees angle with the rear foot flat on the floor. Your knee should be above the ankle. If it's not, maybe you need to take a slightly bigger step. So breathing in, stretching up, maybe looking up towards the hands, maybe bringing a little back bend. Breathing out, perhaps drop deeper. Twist the right hip inwards. Go back to the breath and find stillness in the pose. Really good. Hold it here. 2 more breaths. The next step is to open out into Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. So you bring the arms down to shoulder height. Turn your hip bones now so they face this side of the room. So we should have the front foot facing forward, the rear foot is facing towards me. So the rear foot should be at 90 degrees to the front foot. Good adjustments. So turn your head, look towards the middle finger of the front hand. We can rebend the knee. If your knee's straight, it should be bent. Take a look down again. Check you can see the big toe of the front foot. Create the sensation of someone pulling your fingers in opposite directions. Really open the chest, compress the shoulders. So we're looking at the middle finger of the front hand, going back to the breath. Think about dropping your tailbone down towards the ground and lengthening the top half of your spine up towards the ceiling. Let's take a final breath here. And next we're going to reverse the warrior. So flip your front palm and take your hand up towards the ceiling. So what I like to do here is straighten out the front leg, taking a deep breath, and then exhale, re-bend the front knee. Feel a really nice stretch through the intercostal muscles. Opening up the chest here to allow you to breathe more easily. Take one more breath, and then let's go back to Warrior 2 arms. If you've got a really wide stance, you might want to bring the legs together a little bit. For triangle. So triangle, lean forward, stretch forward, pop out the rear hips. When you can't lean anymore, hinge at the hips. Wherever your hand touches is where it stays for triangle. So you can press into the shin with the knuckles to twist the hand upwards a bit more. We're trying to draw a straight line between both arms. The front leg should be really straight. Focus on the breath. You can look down to the ground, you can look straight forward, or you can look up towards the top. So a nice twist to the spine here. Just hold it here for one more breath. And we come out exactly the same way we went in. So hinge back upwards, warrior two arms. Put your hands on your hips and step the feet together. So we'll do all of that on the other side. So this time, hands on the hips, big step back with the right foot. Check your hip bones, face towards the mirror. Breathe in, take the arms up towards the ceiling. Breathe out, bend the front leg. Check you can see the big toe. Check that your knee is above the ankle. Pressing down to the outside edge of the rear foot. Breathe in and stretch up to the ceiling. To try and grow a couple of inches. Breathe out, perhaps bend the knee, twist the right hip inwards. Go back to the breath, make sure you're breathing steadily, fully in, out through the nose. Take a final inhale. Final exhale and open into warrior two. So this time, the hip bones are pointing this side of the room. Turn your head, look towards the middle finger of the front arm. Take the right foot back. So both heels should be in one line. Front foot faces forward, good. The rear foot faces 90 degrees this side of the room. So breathe in, let the spine really straight. Breathe out. If your knee isn't bent, bend the front knee. Knee is above the ankle. Check you can see the big toe. Stretch your arms in opposite direction. Really open the chest. Focus on the middle finger of the front hand. Nice and steady breathing. Really looking good, guys. Final breath here. And then we're going to reverse the warrior. So flip the front palm, take the arms up to the ceiling. The rear hand just rests on the thigh. Straighten the front leg, forearms in, and then re-bend the front leg. Nice stretch through the chest. You can look up towards the hand and go back to the breath. Okay, change. Straighten the front leg, warrior two arms. If your stance is really wide, you might want to close the legs a little bit. For triangle, lean forward, stretch forward towards the mirror. Pop out the rear hips. When you can't stretch anymore, hinge. So the front leg for this one is really straight. There's no bend in the front knee. So again, we're looking down, we're looking forward, or we're looking upwards. Steadily breathe in and out through the nose. Let's hold it here for just a couple more breaths. And we come out the same way we went in. So hinge at the hips, warrior two arms, hands on the hips, and then step the feet together. Really nice. Just give everything a little shake off. Shake off your arms, shake off your legs. That's a quick time check. Okay, great. We're going to take it down to the mat level via a sun salutation. So put your feet together. Breathe in and stretch up to the ceiling. Breathe out, forward fold through soft knees. Inhale, come up halfway, flat back. Exhale, step or jump, high plank, lower yourself down through a press up. Inhale, slide forward to upward dog. Exhale, push back to downward dog and just stay here for a minute. We're going to look forward between the hands. We're going to jump off feet and then roll back a few times. So giving the lower spine a little massage. You can roll backward and forward. You can roll from side to side. And now just lay flat on your back. Let's spend a couple of breaths here laying completely still. Nothing to do here besides let everything sink into the mats. Let your head lay on the mat. There's really nothing to do here. It can be quite hard to stay still and just relax. So how this stillness can translate into your game. Imagine a situation where someone has a choke, it's not quite on. You've got two options. You can either freak out and try and escape like crazy, or you can chill, conserve your breath, conserve your energy. Okay, good. Okay, guys, I want you to turn over onto your front, but spin around so your head is towards the mirror. We're going to go into our back bending sequence. So we spend a lot of time in jiu-jitsu curled up like this. These back bends are really important because they take everything the opposite way. So the first one is Cobra. We're going to put the palms beneath the shoulders, zip up the feet and legs, so the toes, heels touch, knees touch. Squeeze the legs together. The toes are flat down into the mat, and we keep pressure into the mat with the toes. We're using only 20% hand strength. Take a breath in through the nose. Breathe out and lift yourself up using core strength only. So you should be able to remove your hands here and stay in the same place. Press down into the mat with your feet. Breathe in, stretch up. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Pin your elbows tight into the body. Feel a nice stretch in the lower back. Take a final breath here. Slowly lower down. Okay, this time you can open the legs slightly, completely relax the lower half of the body. Take your palms out to the side. Okay, looking good. So this time we're using our arm strength. Breathe in, breathe out and push yourself up. Take the gaze up towards the ceiling. Pin your elbows tight into the body and drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Trying to keep your hips on the mat so there's a bend in the elbows. Completely relaxing the lower half of the body. Focus on the breath. As you breathe in, maybe you can stretch up, reach up a bit more. Feel good to pull yourself forward into the mat with your fingertips. Take one more inhale. And to come out, we don't just drop down, we go forward and down. Put your hands by the side, turn your head to the right. So just catch your breath here for a moment, whilst giving your neck a very gentle stretch. Calm the breath. And now turn your head and look to the left, look the opposite way, stretching the other side of your neck. Okay, good. Come back to the center. Stretch your arms out in front of you. Another spine balancing pose. So for the next 3 postures, keep your forehead down on the floor. Support your neck. Take a breath in. And when you breathe out, lift up your right arm and left leg. So stretching forward, stretching upwards with the arms, stretching backwards, stretching upwards with the leg. Keep your forehead down on the ground. Steady breathing for 3, 2, 1, and release. Let's switch sides. So left arm, right leg. Stretch forward, stretch backward. Stretching upwards. Forehead down on the mat. Steady breathing. And hold it here for 3, 2, 1, and change. Both arms, both legs, let's go. Lift up. Stretch forward, stretch backward. Again, trying to create the sensation that someone is pulling our fingers forward and pulling our feet backwards, creating a natural traction through the spine. So both arms, both legs. Hold it here again for 3, 2, 1, and change. Put your arms by the side and look to the right. Calm the breath. So all the time we're trying to build an awareness of the breathing. Think about how many times you're sparring and you just find yourself completely gassed because you're not thinking about the breath. So by thinking about our breathing, we build in that awareness. Okay, intense pose, Dhanurasana, bow pose. Bend up the feet, so bend the knees. We're trying to keep the knees parallel, so don't let the knees flail out to the side. Reach back with your hands, grab your feet. If you can't reach your feet, maybe you can use a belt as a strap to go around the ankles. Inhale. And then exhale, we're going to lift up the chest and kick back with the legs. So kicking and lifting in equal measures, looking up towards the ceiling. Keep the breath flowing in and out through this intense pose. Kick and lift. Kick and lift. Take it to the maximum and hold it for 3, 2, 1, and change. Slowly lower down, turn your head to the left. Okay, we're going to do that, but with a variation. So come back to the center, bend the knees. This time, so you can either do exactly the same grip, or you can grab your feet from the inside. You're putting the thumb between the big toe and the first toe. So if you can't reach this one, you can do the first one. You can let the knees come slightly more apart on this one. So let's take a deep breath in. Breathe out. And then lift. Kick and lift. So yeah, this time the knees can come slightly more apart. Relax the shoulders down. So the shoulders aren't working. Obviously there's tension going through the shoulders. We try and keep them quite relaxed. As you breathe in, stretch up, look up. Breathing out, kick back, kick and lift. Kick and lift for 3, 2, 1, and change. Turn your head. I think we're looking to the left this time. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right. It's to the right. Okay, we're looking to the right. Catch your breath. Just let everything sink into the mat. And change. Come onto all fours. Most intense back bend. Probably the most intense pose of the session. I'm going to show you how to come in and come out of this one. So you're going to put your hands on your lower back. We're going to lean back like this. If you feel weak or you're in pain, you put your hands on the lower back and push yourself back up. Okay, let's do this together. Everyone stand up on their knees. Take a breath in, lengthen your spine. Put your hands on the lower back to support the back. Gradually take the weight into the hands, and one at a time take hold of the heels. So using the breath, push yourself forward. Hips going forward towards the mirror. If you can't reach the heels, that's fine. Just keep the hands on the back. Take deep breaths. You can drop the head backwards. 4 lungs in, 4 lungs out. Take one more breath. And then take the hands to the lower back. Come upright. Come onto all fours. And then turn yourself over onto your back for Savasana. So just calm the breath. Let your body absorb the pose. Relax your head down on the mat. Nothing to do again, guys. Just lay still and catch your breath. Okay, good. Let's do some forward bends. So roll yourself up into a seated position with your feet facing towards the mirror. We've got time for just a few forward bends. We're going to start with Janu Shavasana. Put the sole of your left foot on the right thigh. Bend the right knee. Inhale, stretch up towards the ceiling. Lengthen the spine. Suck in your belly. Exhale, forward fold. Interlock the fingers around the ball of the foot, trying a connection between the forehead and the knee. We're trying to keep the shoulders level. So that might mean you need to drop the left shoulder down. So working with the breath. As you breathe in, you stretch the spine longer. As you breathe out, maybe you can straighten the leg and go deeper into the stretch. Change to come out. Breathe in and stretch up to the ceiling. Release the hands. Pick up the left foot, put it on the outside of the right knee. Check your hip bones are touching the floor. If one of your hip bones is up, or you find this uncomfortable, you can put the foot on the inside of the knee. Okay, otherwise we're going to hold the right knee with the right arm. The left hand we post at the sacrum to keep the spine really straight. Breathe in, stretch up with the right hand. Breathe out, twist to the left, hook the knee with the elbow. So spine is super straight. We're all twisting round to the left. Though your feet were good. That's it, that's the one. Okay, we're all on the same page, more or less. So breathing in, stretching up and lengthening the spine. Breathing out, push into the knee and twist more to the left. Never forcing the stretch. If it feels painful, don't do it. Breathing in, lengthening up. Breathing out, twisting round. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, final twist. This time take around the chin, the nose, and the eyes in their sockets. And release, come back to the middle. Let's do those on the other side. So bending up the left leg, take the sole of the right foot into the left thigh. Inhale, stretch your hands up towards the ceiling, lengthen the spine. Exhale, suck in the belly, into the fingers around the ball of the foot, contact between the forehead and the knee. Maybe it feels good to close the eyes here. Center your attention, maybe on the middle of the forehead. So bend the knee as much as you need to get connection with the forehead and the knee. Keep the shoulders level, maybe dropping the right shoulder this time. Lengthen the spine as you inhale, maybe folding a little bit deeper as you exhale. And change. Inhale, stretch up to the ceiling. Exhale, release the arms. Let's take the right foot over the left knee. Or if you had it on the inside last time, do the same. Hug the knee with the left arm. Post the right hand at the base of the spine. Inhale, stretch up to the ceiling. Exhale, twist to the right, hook the knee with the elbow. Breathe in, lengthen your spine upwards. Breathe out, push into the knee, twist out to the right. Inhale, lengthen, create space. Exhale, twist, go into that space. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, twist. This time, go around with the nose and the eyes and their sockets. And then slowly release. Come back to the center. Stretch out both legs in front of you. Paschimottanasana. We're going to breathe in and stretch up. Suck in your belly. Breathe out, forward fold. Use your peace fingers to grab the big toes. Keep the knees bent. We're trying to get connection between the thighs and the navel so the spine is really nice and straight. Avoid rounding the spine. Pulling through the hands, working with the breath. As you inhale, lengthen up. As you exhale, forward fold. Take one more breath. Go as deep as you can here. And then change. Come upright and take the soles of the feet together. Cobbler pose. So try and get the heels close to your hips. To begin with, spine is nice and straight. Using your thumbs, open the soles of your feet like a book. Rotating the hips outwards. You can press down into the thighs with your elbows. So this is a really easy pose to do whilst you're watching instruction. So whilst you're sitting around on the mats today, why not be stretching as well? And now we're going to round the spine, so compress the spine and compress the neck. Take the head down towards the feet. Change. Slowly come back upright. And let's take it down to the mat. So laying flat on the back. Just time for a few more postures. Bend up your knees, feet flat on the ground. We're going to do a hip opener and recline pigeon. Let's take the left foot up and place it on the right knee. Reach through with your hands. Take hold of the right knee. So if you can't reach the knee, you can grab the back of the knee. If that's still difficult, you can use your belt and wrap it around and pull on the belt. So we're trying to rest our head on the ground to protect the neck. If you can't get your head on the floor, you can use a pillow or a cushion, or you can fold a gi and put it underneath your head. You can press into the left thigh with the left elbow to get more into the hip. So really work with the breath here. As you breathe in, pull on the knee. Visualize where the tightness is in the hip joint. As you breathe out, try and relax that tight spot, opening up your hip. Take 2 more breaths here. Last chance to really pull on the knee. And change. Slowly release your feet back down to the mat and switch sides. Lift up the right foot, put it on the left. Reaching through the grab, grab the knee, pull in towards your chest. Try and rest your head down on the mat. Try and tuck your chin in towards your chest to keep the back of the neck long. So this time, to get more, press into the right thigh with the right elbow. Breathing in, pull on the knee. Zoom in on where that tight spot is. As you breathe out, relax the hip, release the tightness. All the time, keeping awareness with the breath. Take a final breath here. And then gently release the legs. Stretch out the legs, flat on the ground. Now we're just going to lay in Savasana for a few minutes. In fact, we've got time for one final spine twist. Stretch out both your legs. And then bend up the right knee. Tuck the big toe behind the left kneecap. Reach up with your left hand. Grab the knee and drop it over to the side, rolling over onto your side. Take the right hand, place it shoulder height, palm down. And turn your head to the right, look towards the right hand. So if you can, put your palm flat down on the ground. Gently push through the knee. Close your eyes and really relax into the zone. It's a really calming posture. Slow down the heart rate, calm the nervous system. Gentle twist from top to bottom. Okay, slowly change. Come back to the middle. This time bending up the left leg. Big toe of the left foot behind the right kneecap. Take the right hand, grab the knee and roll over onto your side. Left hand, shoulder height, palm down on the ground. Turn and look towards the left hand. Gently pressing down through the knee. Final breath here, and then release. Come back to the middle. Stretch out your legs in front of yourself. Completely relax, head down, nothing to do. This is where we're going to start to wrap things up today. Only time for a very short savasana today. Normally I'd like to spend a little bit more time here doing a meditation, but we can do that tomorrow. To come out, bend up your knees and roll over onto your left side, curl up in a little ball. And then slowly make your way back up to seated. This is where we finish today, guys. First timers, well done. You've done awesome. Hope to see you all back here tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Have an awesome day's training, guys. Give yourself a big hand. Namaste.